Hi guys, welcome back to WePlaySG, where we unbox, review and show you how these games are played. So today we have Mansions of Madness, 2nd edition. So this is a game by Fantasy Flight Games. You can see it here, and this is designed by Nikki Valence. Yep, this is actually their Arkham Horror file series. So they do have quite a few Arkham Horror type of game under this series, this is one of it, which is Mansions of Madness, and there's one more that's Arkham Horror the card game, and Arkham Horror and the board game, and the Eldritch Horror. I suppose they're all like a similar theme, and this is the one that is pretty interesting. I've been wanting to get the living card game at one actually, but then I figured maybe this would be a little bit more interesting regarding the story aspects, because the living card game does only provide more story when you kind of have to purchase the expansions. Then it will add more stories. Otherwise the base game itself only has like 3 scenarios, and from what I've heard, the first one is pretty normal. Yeah, so I guess for me to have more or enjoy more story, I would need to like purchase more. So I figured I should start with this, and this do have a companion app which helps to narrate the whole story and to actually do all the bookkeeping for you. And we basically have 4 scenarios which is included, and we can buy 2 or 3 more downloadable scenarios within the app. And I've also seen there's some fan made of scenarios, so I will try it out as well. But then I'm not too sure how that works, because you kind of have to like set up the map, and according to where you want to go, like you have to like explore this place. Then when you have the app will tell you like what spaces or what map to lay out next. But then I'm not sure how that would work if it's like fan made, because I've browsed through a few of them. It's mostly like PDF. So yeah, if you guys know how that works, do link some interesting one down below. I'll appreciate that. So yeah, basically this is a game of exploration and mystery. So it's for 1 to 5 players, and yeah, it's a pretty thick box. So, and there's like tons of maps and stuff inside, so that's interesting to see. And this is the side of the box. This is the top. But there's one thing that I hate about it inside, which I will let you guys know when I come to it. And this is the back. So you can see we have a few minis here. It's a bit shiny today. And yeah, all this. So the app is available on Android, iOS, Amazon, as well as Steam. So yeah, most likely I'll be using the app one. Yeah, because it's just more simple. Yeah, so this is the Mansions of Madness. Yeah, let's unbox this. Okay, so let's flip this over. So once again, this is Mansions of Madness. The shrink wrap is very loose, so let's kind of bring it out. So that's a very right. So okay, I'm not expecting any artwork here, so once again, no artwork, and it's a pretty big lid. So let's set this one aside. So first we are met with the rulebook, which also, and it's not the rulebook, it's just a pamphlet. So it says stop, and this is a fully cooperative game which players explore locations to unravel a mystery. So yeah, this is saying that it's a fully integrated companion app. So this game cannot be played without the app, unless there's some fan-made ones. So So it's roughly saying the different interface and the monsters phases which are dealing with. So that's interesting. So yeah, let's set this aside. And then we have two rulebooks. So one is the rule reference and the other one is the learn to play guide. So let's take a look at this one. So we have the rough story, I guess, and we have the game overview, the components. Okay, glowing monsters, that's interesting. Oh, so they actually have a base like the one shown here. So over here it says that it shows that like the monster has to be on a base, which is actually a bit weird, and I'm not too sure why you actually need a base. So I mean, once I see the component, I think I'll comment more on that. Yeah, because I've seen in like videos, it always feels a bit weird and like unnecessary. So that's cool. That's like how to play a game. So it's very like Destiny's, I feel, because the app is telling the story and it helps you do a sort of a randomizing effect, which this has, which I don't think Destiny's have. Yeah, it just it's more like a set thing, like as in it's time based. So if you don't do this by a certain day, then this will happen automatically, I suppose. I didn't play enough times to know the details, but yeah. But this one, I believe that as you, even if you repeat the scenarios, right, the different tiles might not be in the same place, and the different doors that you open might say different things, but ultimately it's still the same story flow, but you're just like going about it like in a more random way. So like you don't, so it's not the case that you've played it once before, so you know like exactly what you need to do. Yeah, it's like you do know the direction that you should go, but not the exact things that you should do, if that makes any sense. So that's the rule reference, and we have okay, another setup. It's the glossary, which is good. Now that I've used the Gloomhaven's glossary, I found out that it's really useful, provided it's using like the common things that you think of. Like for example, if you want to know how to attack, then the first thing you think of is damage, then that's where you'll find it. But if it's something that's not so common, then it will still end up like being quite difficult to find. But I think a glossary is super useful because like, it's alphabetically ordered, so you just have to like look through it and find it. It's interesting. So yeah, these are the bases and the monsters. So you actually have to slide in the monster bases, the monster cards or tiles, and the minis will then go on it. So yeah. So next we have the, oh, there's a lot, and I found the first thing that I don't like. So I'll get back to that again. So this is the all the tiles that's played in this game. Oh, so the tiles are smaller than I thought. So that's pretty interesting. So let's get this opened. So here we have the bigger tiles. Here are actually the map tiles. So we have one square here. So you can see, you can hear it. It also has this linen finish, which I like a lot. But the quality of the cardboard do feel a bit old. Like it feels like it's going to be very prone to molding. So yeah, but basically this is one of the cards, and these are the rooms. This is the toilet, that's the bedroom. So yeah, then these are like the tiles that we lay on it to like signify certain properties of the rooms or certain areas. Like for example, this is like the barricade or something that I saw from certain videos. So this is like a kind of like a trapdoor. Yep. And let's see the back side of it. So whoa, nice. Oh, this is very cool. So this is like a really huge hole at the forest. Wow, this is interesting. There's a park pond, it says here. So although like this is a segregating or dividing area, so to move to another area, I suppose you need a movement. So this means that you can't just cross to the other side. Yep. So yeah, actually the artwork is really nice. It really does a very good top-down view of the area, which I really like it. And yeah, so let's try to punch the big ones. Okay, a bit of a tag over here, but okay. So this is a closer look at one of the tiles. Very nice. Like the artwork here is really like very clear and detailed. So this is the thickness of the cardboard is bendy. Not overly bendy, but it does flex and it feels maybe it's a very old game, I'm not sure, but then the tiles don't feel very high quality. Like if you see here, I'm not sure if you can tell, but over here it's like some of it is splitting, almost splitting already. So yeah, so do take care of this game if you buy it like now. So that's one of it. I'm gonna put it here. So you can also punch out the smaller ones. So this is the clue token. Okay, so the focus is working well today. So you can see over here you can see like almost the individual layers of the cardboard. So that's a bad sign, I feel, because you can like then easily peel it open. So do take care when using this. So I'm planning to get like the coin capsules to actually protect the tokens. Yeah, probably gonna get it from Taobao. So yeah. Yep, so this is another one which is very nice. It's the like living room setting, and this is like the not too sure about like creepy area. So these are the fires that which some players will set if they go crazy. There's another bedroom. So yeah, interesting. So I'm just gonna flash this real quick. So that's like, so almost everything is like double-sided. So even the fire tiles have something else at the back. It's a billiard room or a pool table. So it's not only like the mansion, but it's like even the outsides of the mansion is involved. So that's like the sort of the backyard kind of thing. So yeah, very nice. So these are the question marks. So these are bigger than this. You can tell from the reflection. Yeah. Very nice. So next we have, so this game also comes with expansion. So yeah, they give you more tiles, and it also unlocks more scenarios in the app which requires certain tiles. So, yep. Very nice. Really like the artwork here. Yep, so basically you are playing as investigators going through this mansion, which are trying to unlock, find more clues regarding to what happened. Yep. So it's very interesting. Oops. Yep, so I realized that their game usually have this like mythos phase. It's interesting, not too sure, so I think this is coming out. So this we have the main I think I believe the first game starts with this over here. Yeah, so it's very nice. And there's like different doors, and in different scenarios certain doors will be blocked off. So it'll be like there's no door here, it'll be just like a wall. Yeah. So yeah, quite a lot of map tiles actually. So here we have some, I think these are the NPC tokens. I really think I should like just wrap everything in coin capsules. So there's like it gives you a really nice look and like a perspective drawing of like the stairs going up. So that's very nice. And then yeah, you have some sort of boat workshop. And then we have the monsters. So we have the cultists, which I think is very common in the world of Arkham Horror. And the deep one, the haunting horror, the priest of Dagon, the child of Dagon, riot, starspawn, ghost. So I'm not too sure whether these are the NPCs, because we have more of them here. Yeah, so we have all these tiles here, which helps to block off the doors if they are not in the scenario. Maybe some of these symbols here. Cool, that's a proof of purchase. Interesting. So we have more clue tokens here. So in this game, the clue tokens doesn't actually give you clues. So to find clues, you're actually just finding the tokens. So that's a bit of a shame. So yeah, these NPCs have names. So these blockers are also double-sided. Yeah, so actually you don't really find clues, you are just finding the token, and you use like tokens to mitigate your dice rolls. So yeah. So yes, this game actually have dice. So this is the thing that I hate about this game, is that they don't give you inserts. Despite having miniatures and lots of cards, they just store everything in Ziploc, which is really bad. I would like to see some sort of organization. So yeah, if I can think of a good way to organize this without using any inserts, I would do a video about it. So okay, back on to this. So these are the bases, which again, this doesn't look nice at all. So maybe let's take a look at the bigger cards. Yeah, so these are the investigators. So nice. So over here, so these are the investigators and the different stats. So again, the card store is fine, feels okay, quality. Yeah, so it's not very thick, but then yeah, it feels okay. So it also has that has a bit of a linen finish as well. So this is Agatha Crane. So this is your health and this is your mental strength, sort of. So you do go crazy if you overload your mental strength more than 9. Yeah, so once you go crazy, you kind of have like a different agenda to win. Yeah, so, and the interesting part about this mechanics is that if you go crazy, you have a different objective, and you can't really tell anybody about the objective, and the objective is like way off like your normal objective. So yeah, that's interesting. It really gives you the feel, gives your opponents, or I mean your the other players, the feel that like this character has really gone crazy. So that's cool. So you have your stats over here and some story at the back. Yep. So next we have this guy called Carson Sinclair. Also some story at the back. And this is Father Matthew. And some stories. Again, you can pause if you want to read it. Next we have Minty Pan. some Vietnamese name. So there's actually quite a lot of characters and the story behind. So I'm not too sure whether like all these characters are we like allowed to freely play them, or is it like Destinies where we have to like, you know, only pick certain characters for a certain storyline. Yep, so this is Wendy Adams. I believe this character appeared in the Arkham Horror game. I mean the card game. And then we have William Yorick. So yeah. So these are the big cards. So yeah, I would probably zoom in so that I don't have to raise my hand so high every time. And yeah, so let's take all this out. Okay, so let's zoom in for you guys. Alright, so let's take a look at the smaller cards. I'm not sure which one I've taken, but let's see these. So this is some stuff. I think these are like the items. So let's put it here. Maybe let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so over here we have, I believe these are items that you start with. Some holy water, a lantern, some knives. Yep, so this is interesting. Although they are items, but they don't actually contribute to the game in like as though like it's a clue. But yeah. Yep, so these are I think the items. And next we have, oh, we have more items here. So I'm not so sure if I should be like going through all of them like this, but I'll just try to keep it in the same order at least. So I see like some are like face up and some are face down. So yeah. So that's a flare gun. It's a fire extinguisher. Yeah. So I'll just be running through this. So we have a symbol here which stands for the base game. Yeah. So in this game it's quite cool that some of the characters are like normal people, but then yeah, they have some sort of like a mystical kind of power to them. Right. So the X. I just realized I'm flipping some double-sided cards. So that's our weapons. There's a Deranger. So we do have some, like the flare gun is double. There's like a wording here. So I guess that's why we are seeing some of it that's like that. So I have a dynamite that's double-sided. A 2x4 that's double-sided. I suppose they have like other functions. So that's interesting. And next we have the insanity cards, I would call it. So basically when you take like mental damage, you kind of just like take it face down unless certain effects requires you to flip it open. So then this is what you'll get. So this is keep face up, roll one fewer die while resolving a book test. Yep. This is because you cannot seem to put the letters or numbers in their proper order, kind of like dyslexia. So that's very interesting and very, very thematic. So yeah, I think I'll open the rest. So yeah, it's a minor shock. So this, for this kind there will be like no effect. So I have a few minor shock here. Yeah, actually quite a few. They are all no effect. Yep, it's all the same. Flip this card face down. So yeah, this is startled, but then still no effect. But this, you discard this card instead. Okay, so next we have a flashback. So you can flip one other horror face up and then discard this. Interesting. Suffer 1 additional face down horror. So I suppose if you discard it, then I guess you don't have that mental damage anymore. So you have a few of the same card. So that's Panic. Suffer 1 additional face down damage, then flip this card face down. Okay. Yeah, so this is, you're likely to like encounter it again. That's dangerous. So Hysteria. So these have like more basic kind of thing. You discard a clue because you're having dementia. Then you flip this card face down. This is a sudden shock. Drop 2 random items. Yep, so it has like kind of different effects. So not all would like actually change the gameplay. Disoriented, become dazed. Suppose there's an effect. This is stunned. So this is whenever you end your turn within range of another investigator, flip 1 horror face up. Whoa. Also because it's paranoia. Interesting. So I think this is the part that I really like a lot. This is a Nyctophobia. Afraid of the dark. So whenever you end your turn in a space with darkness, suffer 1 face down horror. So whenever you end your turn in a space with another investigator, take 1 item at random. So this is like stealing from them and keeping it for yourself. So you end the turn with range of 2 of your spaces, suffer 1. So you have to be like in very huge spaces. So this is, yeah. Run field die for a brain test. This is for eye test because of hallucination. So yeah, I really like this deck. It's very interesting. So that's and the artwork is really nice. So next we have the damage. So we have a few minor injuries. Yep, so I guess this does nothing much. So I have a few minor injuries. Yep, quite a lot actually. Oh, some more. Okay, so these are all your minor injuries. Let's put them aside. So this is just a scratch, no effect as well. But then you discard it. So you flip another one. So it's very similar to this, to the mental one. It's a demoralizing one. So you can suffer 1 horror. That's a horror card, I guess. So it's a light-headed. Flip 1 horror face up. So you have 2 of that. A concussion. Discard 1 clue. Back spasm. Drop 1 random item. Stinging pain. Drop 2 random items. A grim resolve. Become focused. Become dazed. Become restrained. Stun. No effect. But you keep it face up. You have more than 2 items. Drop all but 2 of your items. Oh, because of a broken arm. Okay. So if you move more than a single space as a problem, flip 1 damage face up. Wow. So that's muscle tear, less strength test, 1 less for flight test, and 1 less for handshaking test. Interesting. So yeah, this is very cool actually. Quite like the mechanics, but I suppose it's a pain in the ass to play it. So next we have, I'm not sure what are these. So okay, we have more items here. Oh, that's nice. That's a very nice bag. So I'll get on to that later. So we have some more items here. Some of it is this broken bottle, and yeah, the rest is one-sided. Is two-sided. So yeah, that's equipment. Okay. So next is a machete, magnifying glass. I suppose you start with some of these items in certain scenarios. So I'm not sure if it's random. I think it's random. Yep. So it's heavy weapons that 3 attack, I suppose, 3 damage. You may perform 1 additional puzzle step while attempting a puzzle. Yeah, so there's also a puzzle to this game, like a literal puzzle in the app. So I suppose that's like a very a very good thing about using app is that they can add on all these kind of different things. I just realized something about this art. Someone's getting wrapped by the tentacles. There's a Tommy gun, there's a torch. Remember, it's an investigator, drop this card, place fire in this space. Oh, so this is very cool. Because there are certain cards that lets you drop or makes you drop items. So if you have to drop the torch, then you actually start the fire, which is interesting. So there's a wrench. Cool. So I think the things here are really thematic. So I'm just going to mix it up and find it if I need to. So next we have these cards. I suppose I have no idea what are these. So the backs look a bit different. Also, I think this is the one that if you go crazy you have to draw. Yep, so these are all the insanity cards. There's quite a lot of cards here. So we can let the back of this card but do not reveal it to other investigators. You have suffered however equal to your sanity, you are eliminated. So if you can like reach, for example, you have 5 insanity, then you can only reach it once. So the second time you reach it, you are actually out of the game despite being insane. So the rest are all the same. So this is no effect. Yeah, so they just like people being suspicious. This is no effect, you win or lose the game as normal. So there's a pyromaniac. So you don't want to win the game at normal. You have 6 or more rooms contain fire, you immediately win the game. So if the game ends for any other reasons, you lose the game. So there's like a player count here, I guess. Yep, so 1 of the 1,000. So some of it is quite interesting. You don't win the game as per normal. Instead, at the end of the game, you win if the investigation is not complete. Whoa, okay. Narcissism, you win if you have 6 or more items. If there is no such token on the board, you win. It's a selfish motives. So it's very interesting. I really like this, although I haven't played with it, but it's a very interesting concept or game mechanics. So you cannot speak, you win or lose the game as normal. That's interesting. Forbidden words. So next we have some of these. There's actually quite a lot of different cards. Like some double-sided. Not too sure what to do with them. And yeah, they're not numbered as well. I guess they have names. Not too sure what are these. So, oh okay, these are focused. This is the same actually. So you may discard these to convert all. I just realized I don't see the dice. Okay. But yeah, this one you change your clue to successes. So the star actually means success. So it's all focused. Also, these are like the status that were mentioned earlier. You can spend any clue cards to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. At the end of your turn, discard these cards. Okay. So next we have restrain. You can move voluntarily at the end of the game. So at the end of your turn, discard it. So you have like 3 more. So this is stun. You cannot perform more than a single action during your turn. At the end of your turn, discard the card. So we have another 4 stun. We have 1 wounded. You cannot perform the move action more than once each round. When you have suffered damage equal to your health, you are eliminated. Oh, okay. That's quite bad. So you can't take more than 1 action when you're wounded. Or maybe that's when you reach full health. So I'm not too sure. So these are like the status effects. So next we have this tome looking thing. So that's the brass key. As you hold the key, you look around for a matching doorknob or padlock. So yeah, this is the kind of evidence that you'll find. Conclusive evidence, that's interesting. So it's just really like a name. So all these like don't really do anything, it's just an item that you carry. These are all flavor text. Grotesque stone. There's quite a lot of it. So you have a handcuff. Oh, this one has it. You attempt to handcuff the suspect. If you pass, flip this card and give it to another investigator in your space. Cool. There's also flavor text. So again, you can pause if you want to read them. So you have a rope. I suppose some of these that have like 2 users, they would be like, they'll have a flip side. And then next we have the silver key. So next up we have all these. So this is a rack. Yes. So there's like some numbers at the bottom. I'm not too sure what are they. So this is, yeah, so not all of them say the same thing. Yeah, it's slightly different. So the spell works exactly as you expected. Aside from all the blood, no additional effect. Then discard this card and gain another shriveling spell. Cool. So these like spells, I guess. Also, they are the same at the front, I think. Yep, so you just can notice the top of the card. I think it's for, yeah, I think these are spells. So this is reader. You shout as a spell. So it's interesting. So there's some sort of like actions that like depicts the investigators doing some action. It's interesting. So that's the instill bravery. Yeah, so it actually is quite cool. I kind of like how this turns out. Quite interested to try a game of this. It's a flash ward. So I think these are like the results that you can get if you were to pass. So maybe like you cast the spell, then you kind of have to like shuffle this and then draw one. Or maybe you just get the spell like face up. So as you can see, this is the rack. So yeah, this is like 5 damage, I guess. So the rest here, they are all the same. So these are just flavor text. So maybe there's like 5 of it. Then you kind of like maybe pick one. So if you were to use it, then you read the text at the back. So that's cool. Oops. So we have 5 of racked and another 5 for shriveling. So there's a gun here, not too sure what it means. This is a dagger, I guess. Not long enough to be a sword. So this is another one. This is reader. As the spell takes effect, the victim body readers and mummifies. This is instilling bravery. There's nothing here. So yeah, this you or another investigator within range discard 1 horror, then flip the card. Cool. So this is flash ward. You or another investigator within range discard 1 damage. So next is feeding the mind. This is become focused. I think focus is a good thing, I guess. So yeah, let's shift a little. There's actually lots of cards. Yeah, that's cool. So let me just keep away all this. So again, these are the same size, which I'll show you the sleeve test. I wanted to say skill test, but nope. So I'll show you the sleeve test towards the end of the video. So let me just take everything down. Okay, so I guess I found my dice. So this we are using, I believe it's a 8-sided dice. This is the first time I ever held them, or I ever held a 8-sided dice. So this is, you can see you have a magnifying glass, 2 successes, 1 more magnifying glass, and 1 more success. So you have 2 magnifying glass and 4 success. Sorry, 3 success. Yeah. So this is 8-sided, so that leaves 1, 2, 3 blanks. So yeah, so if you roll this is a success. You roll this, it can be a success if you spend a clue token, but if you roll this, then this is a straight up fail. So yeah, they're very nice quality, and I quite like the color that they used, this maroon color, and it doesn't seem, it seems quite nice quality. So yeah, oh, that's a pretty good roll actually. No blanks, so if I have to spend 2 clue tokens, this would actually be a 5. It will count as a 5 sort of success. So yeah, they're very nice dice. So next I will show you guys the bases. So I went ahead and punched one of it out. So this is the cultist, I guess I don't need so many. So yeah, this is the so this is the base for the standees. Not too sure what is this for, but I suppose you do slide this card this way, so it becomes like this. Okay, it goes in a lot nicer than I thought it would. I thought it's going to be like too tight, and it kind of like scratches the or spoils the token. So yeah, we have a few big ones as well, so we can still see it here. So again, I'm not too sure why we need this. Like, firstly, it covers up the artwork, and then it doesn't really do anything much. Like, I can still see this, I can still see this. So yeah, I'm not too sure why we need the base. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the okay, not too sure why are these hooks here for. Maybe it's to do this? Yeah, not too sure. So yeah, so let's take a look at the minis. So I suppose every investigator will have a mini, so let's take a look at them first. All these minis makes me feel I'm a kid again. Okay, so we have 5. That's 5. We have more. And another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. So I guess that's it. Oh, we have one more here. Okay, so we have 7. Sorry, we have 8. So let's just lie them down. Okay. So yeah, this is maybe let's zoom back out again. Alright, so just ignore the mess at the side, okay? So yeah, let's show you guys the miniatures up close. So again, it's very detailed. Yeah, although it's just like wrinkles in the clothes. So yeah, not too sure who is this. Then we have, should be Father Matthew holding a cross. Yeah, very nice. So these are all the investigators, and this is, not too sure who is this, holding a stack of books. And this is the Yorick, I guess. So that's very nice. He's holding a skull and a shovel. Okay, very cool. They look simple, but then like nice enough, you know. So I'm hoping the reflection can roughly let you guys have an idea of the quality. Next we have a runner. Interesting. And then we have this, not sure who are they. It's a very nice cloak, I think. Although the insides are not so nice. Yeah. Okay. And then lastly we have this, holding a torch. Cool. So these are all the humans. And then we have probably these are the cultists. You have quite a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, the knife is a bit wobbly. 5. And yeah. Okay, so we have a total of 6. So this is the cultist, and we do have a pin here, which is for these. So there's also a pin here. So this for us to do this. Yeah, so it kind of stands here. Yeah. So you can actually see the face of the cultist. And this is quite pointy actually, like this part. So if you're playing with kids, do be careful, but although it's like, it kind of bends quite a bit. But yeah, interesting. And the rope has quite a bit of detail. Yeah, so this is the cultist. So it's like, if every time you have to put it in and put it out, then I guess it's going to wear out the pin sooner or later. So that's something to be aware of. I suppose like some people actually just cut this off and then put a flat circle on it, so that it just becomes a regular standee. I mean a miniature. So next we have these. These are like all the random people. So this someone just holding a shovel. Yeah, very nice detail on the dressing. So this one holding a cookie bat. So I suppose it should be straight. Yeah. Okay. So and they don't have pins here, so I suppose they are not the monsters, and they don't have their like sort of the monster towel. Very nice. You can see the rolled up sleeves here, very detailed. And then let's just go for all the ones without. Yeah, so I think these are like NPCs or something. So he's holding an axe, at least the axe is straight. Yeah, cool. And then these are like all the workers, looks like it. So you have 2 of the same one that we found, and another one with the crooked baseball bat, but looks a lot better than the other one. Suppose we're gonna find one more holding the axe. Yes, so there's another one holding the axe. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Oh, so yeah, so if it has a pin, then it's a monster, I guess. So this one holding a bat. I'm not sure what to call this, but like a modified baseball bat. You can see the shirt that he's wearing, it looks a little bit furry, kind of like a sweater kind of material. That's just really nice detail, and there's like holes in the pants as well. So it doesn't look like a monster, it just looks like a regular human or a bad person. So I hope you can see the details on the shirt, it's really nice. So we have quite a few of it as well. 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 of these. So let's take a look at this one. This looks like a monster. It has a scythe here and some bumps at the legs. Yeah, not sure what it's supposed to be. Looks like he's wearing a really thin shirt. Now you can see through, almost like seeing through the shirt. So this one has the scythe. Is that the only one? Yeah, that's the only one. Okay, so let's take a look at this. which we have 2. So yeah, this is, you can see the chains on the hands, on the arms. Very nice, really nice detail on it. Yeah, although like it's a bit rough, like certain parts is not like, not sure if you can see, but the finger here actually has like a flat piece of plastic hanging. So yeah, other than that, it's really nice. And you have another one of the one piece. It's like the head of the cultist, maybe because it's a bad guy, because it has the pack at the bottom. Very nice. So next we have this is clearly a monster. So I see is you have to push this pack down with this arm that is so thin, so that's really a concern. So that's, but otherwise the miniature is nice. I do think we might just play without the bases. I don't really see the need of it yet. So yeah, nice. I like this. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which I'm quite amazed at, like the materials being so thin, it didn't actually, like, you know, mess up the I can't really figure out where it is supposed to land. Suppose it's like this. Yeah, like they are putting everything into a 1 ziplock, so it kind of feels like it will break some parts or something. So I suppose this is a big one, like uses the big base. Yeah, so this is like a snake with wings, and look at the details on the wings, it's really nice. Yeah, so there's like 2 of them. Yeah, so I suppose we just put it here, then it's gonna move around. So if you guys know like what this base is for, do comment down below. So I guess this is the big boss himself. So again, very nice texture on everything. You can see the arms, the tentacles coming out. Suppose it's like the main guy behind everything. Yeah, so this is really big. So that's the size of my hand, and it's pretty sturdy. Yeah, but do be careful of the joints here, because the wings are connected with just these small joints. It's a bit scary. It's like a hole here. Very nice. So we have 2 of it over here. Yeah. So I'll put this down, and I guess that's it for the components. So I'll move on to the sleeve test. Okay, so moving on to the sleeve test. For all the small cards, there's quite a lot of it. So you actually need the 41 by 63 millimeter ones. So as you can see, the top is nice and flush. The sides has just a tiny bit of wiggle. So maybe if I can show you, it's actually quite a loose fit. Yeah, so it's just a tiny bit, not too much. So yeah, so this is the one for the small cards. Okay, so for the character cards, or the investigator ones, we are going to use 70 by 120 millimeters. So yeah, this has quite a bit of wiggle at the sides, and it's like super loose to put it in. And over here has quite a bit, just a bit I guess, of leftovers. But yeah, this is the best fit that I could find. So this is 70 by 120. Yeah, so this is what you should get for the investigator cards. So yeah, so I guess that's the end of the video. If you guys like what I've done here, do give this video a thumbs up, and do consider subscribing as I push out more of these unboxing contents that are more detailed. So let me know down below if you guys like Arkham Horror series and which one do you guys like the most. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'm not going to bring this up this time. So yeah, bye bye.